Welcome to Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. This day weather podcast being brought to you by Wyoming State Parks. With temperatures slowly warming around the state, Wyoming State Parks and historic sites are gearing up with a season of fun and educational summer events. Visit these parks' respective Facebook pages for more information. Well, we're going to have a small break in the weather today. A little bit of a break for not everyone. The Pacific Northwest, parts of the Northern Rockies will see an encroachment of another front. But for a lot of the Central and Southern Rockies and Central and Southern High Plains, some sun, a little bit of a warming trend today. But there's another front, another one of these Pacific waves that'll be coming through the region as we get into Thursday. Again, the areas that have been impacted the most will get most out of this next one. That'll be northern and western Wyoming, Montana, in the Dakotas, and the Pacific Northwest as these systems track along the north. Showers, thunderstorms, and more mountain snow will be found Thursday in the region. Temperature readings will be up and down, and the Memorial Day weekend forecast is still not nailed down yet, especially Sunday, and we'll show you why. It does look like the 3-day weekend will start off with some slightly warmer temperatures Saturday, but still a fairly good chance of showers and thunderstorms. The big question is Sunday. I think Monday, Memorial Day, will end up being the best day. But we're not sure on Sunday yet, so beware of long-range forecasts, even though we are getting closer. Great shot there of some dark-looking clouds yesterday that were across the region in that cool, moist air mass. And boy, still a lot of white in the mountains, all the way down here into south central Colorado, north of Salida. You can see a lot of snow on those peaks, and some of that, well, a lot of that is fresh snow. Satellite image this morning looks very similar to what we showed you yesterday. A very active North Pacific with waves coming through the area. So here's the next wave. Here's the wave yesterday that caused the tornado outbreak in Iowa and the Midwest. It's the same low that came through early in the week on Monday. Now what we're going to be looking at is this system right here, heading south and east and moving very quickly across the area with more areas of low pressure up here in the Aleutians and the northern parts of the Gulf of Alaska, while we've got this high pressure ridge right here. So weather systems are going up and over the ridge, then down, just like this. If you've been wondering if this May has been a little on the cool side so far, you would be correct. These are the temperature anomalies, the high and the low temperatures added together and compared to the 30-year average. So since the 1st of May, you can see all the blue. So wherever you see blue, the average temperature has been below average. And where you see white, it's been near average. Where you see the orange, yellow colors, it's been a little bit warmer than normal. But you can see the whole Intermountain West, even the desert Southwest, has had a pretty cool May so far. And certainly what we see coming over the next 3 or 4 days will keep that trend going, because it is going to more often than not be below average with temperatures. So that's where the low will be by noon today. This is by 18 Zulu, or right around noon Mountain Time. We have these other lows backed up against the North Pacific there. Here's the front that came through the region Monday, is now headed to the upper Great Lakes. So there's a little sliver, a little gap right here where the weather is going to be decent today in the Happy Face area. Up here, well, we're going to be looking at showers, thunderstorms, and cooler weather. You can see the temperature anomaly for today. So by today, we see the coolness in the Pacific Northwest. Temperatures right here are going to be close to average, a little bit below, nothing extraordinary. This is the precipitation forecast through midnight tonight. So you can see Montana, far northwestern Wyoming, back into Idaho, Washington, Oregon, you're going to be into showers and thunderstorms. But there's a bit of a gap, really not much going on in this area today. So that's the little sliver of a break that we have. But by noon tomorrow, that next wave is moving into western Wyoming and will head east. So again, along and north of the low is where the showers and thunderstorms will be most widespread and prevalent. There'll be some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity ahead of the low out here on the plains, but not organized. More organized will be up along the northern areas. By noon tomorrow, you can see the encroachment of the colder air. So it's going to be warm out on the plains, but boy, look at that cold. So Yellowstone Park, the Bighorns, up into Montana, eastern Idaho, you're just going to see very, very cool May weather tomorrow. Warm out here. Now, along the boundary, this is where you're going to get some scattered areas of showers and thunderstorms where the cold meets the warm. And there's your precipitation forecast for the 24-hour period from midnight tonight through midnight Thursday night. Right along, see the path of the low, the heavier moisture, northern Wyoming, southern Montana into North Dakota. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms will be out here across the plains. So that gets us through Thursday. As we get into Friday, we'll see a little bit of a break again. This is where the snow will fall, especially from tonight through Thursday night. So more snow for the Bighorns, even the higher Black Hills, and into the Yellowstone area, the Beartooth Mountains in particular. They've been getting more snow this spring up here than they saw really for a lot of the winter. It's just been a very busy spring up there. Then we get into the weekend. Saturday, we have another one of these little lows. Now, it's not as cold, so Saturday won't be as cool, but this low will trigger showers and thunderstorms Saturday. And this is the temperature forecast for Saturday. So plenty of cool in the west. A little tongue of warmth wants to come up the front range. So Saturday may be a little bit warmer briefly, a little bit of warmth here. But more often than not, we're just not going to be breaking into heat records this weekend, that's for sure. For Saturday, this is one thing I think we're pretty sure of. We're going to have a fair amount of showers and thunderstorms in the region on Saturday. So if you're going to be boating or camping on Saturday, you're going to need to be ready for some shower and thunderstorm activity. It'll be severe weather down here, more garden variety showers and thunderstorms back into this area here. So that gets us through Saturday. Now, Sunday is one of these situations to where we're going to have to get another day under our belt before we're going to talk about Sunday with any confidence. This is your precipitation forecast. This is where the showers and thunderstorms Saturday are most likely going to be. So if you're headed out for the 3-day weekend, I think regardless, you're going to need to have some rain gear just in case. This is where things get a little bit more murky for Sunday. Pretty interesting model disagreement going on. This is by noon Sunday. This is the European model. Now, the European model wants to keep the low Sunday, the next Pacific wave. It wants to track it all the way up along the U.S.-Canadian border. Now, if that happens Sunday, then the weather in this area right here on Sunday is actually going to be pretty good. And into the southwestern United States, the bad weather will be up into southern Canada. There'll be some showers and thunderstorms across Montana. For you folks in Montana, regardless of which model's right, Montana folks are going to be a little cooler and a little more wet. Southern Canada as well, up into North Dakota. But a large part of Wyoming and Colorado on Sunday, if this model works out right, well, Sunday may not be that bad. Maybe a little on the breezy side. But this is where we're not sure of things. And this is why you should never put too much faith in that 5 or 7 day forecast sometimes. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System. It has a much stronger low, and it's much further back to the south and west. Well, this would cause a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity out ahead of it like this, and those lines I just drew you for the day on Sunday. So we have the GFS model like this, the European model like this. Well, what does artificial intelligence say? Well, we do have a new tool that's come online here recently, and I haven't talked about it yet, and I will talk about it in a future podcast because it's certainly worth talking about. What does artificial intelligence say? Well, artificial intelligence say this is the European model, but it uses AI, and I'll discuss how the AI interacts with weather forecasts at a later date. But it is more in line with the GFS or the U.S. model for Sunday. So we're looking at a bit of a disconnect. Could this solution be correct? Yes, it could. Could this one? Yes, it could. Could this one? Yes, it could. But it's interesting that the AI from this model says that maybe this model is more correct based on artificial intelligence. I think we'll know a lot more tomorrow, and I think we'll have a better idea on which one is going to end up being more correct. But it will have a large bearing on whether or not Sunday is a dud or Sunday may end up being okay. I think on Memorial Day Monday, this all gets off to the east and temperatures begin to rebound for that last day of the 3-day weekend. We'll have more for you tomorrow. Have a good Wednesday.